This episode is brought to you by Quaker Rage Oatmeal Stout. When you're too nice to show how angry you are, have yourself a Quaker Rage. Welcome, everybody, back to Films and Fermentation. Today is episode 59, The Alcohol Strikes Back. In Kevin's case, in the pre-show, it's already happened twice.
Oh, man.
We're calling it The Alcohol Strikes Back because this is our Star Wars Day extravaganza, our second annual one.
May the fourth be with you.
Yeah, may the fourth be with you. We are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. In this episode, we celebrate May the 4th, Star Wars Day, by taking a look at some of the most blatant ripoffs in cinema history. We're going to look at some films from around the world that claim they weren't Star Wars, but kind of were Star Wars. Just not as good as Star Wars. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit us at linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all our social media and podcast links. We are also on Patreon now, so if you'd like to support the show, you can look up Films and Fermentation on Patreon. The link is also on the Linktree site as well. Mike, take it away.
This day in film history. In 2008, Seth MacFarlane reaches an agreement worth $100 million with Fox to keep Family Guy and American Dad on television until 2012, making MacFarlane the world's highest paid television writer.
Jesus Christ. And Family Guy and American Dad are both still going now, too.
Yeah.
Like,
This
so,
is,
I mean,
this is what we heard.
yeah. He also has the Orville.
Yes.
I mean, like it's 3 shows now. Now the Orville was removed from Fox, but the 3rd season is going to be premiering on Hulu. And I saw the trailer for it. It looks pretty friggin' fantastic, so I can't wait for that. What is your fun drink fact for tonight, Mike?
Tonight, I'm going to talk about a new hops variety.
Okay.
It's called the Medusa.
Mm.
It's a low-oil proprietary hop from CLS Farms, where they're working with native Neo-Mexicanus hops from New Mexico, described by the hop breeder as Java, melon, apricot, and citrus fruit.
Fruity hops.
Fruity hops.
Fruity hops. I bet you Kevin's wishing he had a fruity hop right now.
Oh, you know I do.
Fruity hops or something breakfast based, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Some pancake beer or something. All right, notes from the last show. So last episode we talked about biblical films, and I mentioned a Paul Verhoeven film that was released last year called Benedetta, which was about lesbian nuns.
Yes.
I watched it.
Of course you did.
Let me tell you something. It wasn't as bonkers as I expected it to be, given it's a Paul Verhoeven film. That being said, it was still fucking bonkers. It just wasn't as bonkers as I thought it was. It was actually kind of good, and it did have some of the the typical Paul Verhoeven like over the top nonsense in it, like gross out violence and other like weird shit. But it was actually not a bad movie. It's supposed to be based on a true story, although I find it very hard to believe, just based on the way the movie played out. But I would say, I give it a 2 Verhoevens up. It's not that bad. For people out there in movie land who are movie fanatics like we are, you're probably familiar with the Bechdel test. Bechdel test is a test that tests female agency in film. In order to pass the Bechdel test, you have to have 2 female characters with names who speak to each other at some point during the film about something other than a relationship with a man. A Bechdel test movie might be something like Thelma and Louise, where the characters have plenty of agency in the film. That being said, there are some other tests out there that are probably less well known, and I think they're pretty fun. And we're going to vote right now on one to do on a future episode. We have a lot going on tonight, so we're probably not going to get to it now, but I'd like to at least talk about it a little bit. The first is called the Buscemi test. It takes Steve Buscemi, the actor, who is known for being a fairly odd-looking fellow, And you take a movie in which something creepy happens, and if you want to see if it's truly creepy or just something that's mildly creepy, replace that actor or actress with Steve Buscemi. If that scene automatically becomes creepier, you know it's meant to be a creep out scene. So any movie where, so think like Romeo and Juliet, the way Romeo kind of stalks Juliet in the film, like outside her balcony and all, replace Leonardo DiCaprio with Steve Buscemi. Automatically becomes a much creepier film. The other one is called the Face Off Test, which takes the John Woo classic Face Off starring Nick Cage and John Travolta. And much like the movie where they switch places, you take a John Travolta film and a Nick Cage film, and you switch the actors to see if it would be a better film or not. So if you've ever wondered what Grease would be like with Nick Cage in the role of Danny Zuko, stick Nick Cage in there instead of John Travolta. If you wonder what John Travolta would look like with his head on fire, stick him in Ghost Rider and see what happens. So of those two, is there one that either of you guys would like to try on a later episode?
I think I'd like to do the face-off test.
I think I would like to do the face-off test.
Yeah, I would want to do the face off.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, I don't think Mike expects you to choose that one, Kev, but I feel like your hatred for Nick Cage would make it more interesting than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm definitely out to go see his new movie at some point.
I'm sure I'll see it.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi series will be premiering on Disney Plus later this month. It was supposed to premiere this week in time for Star Wars Day, but got pushed back for some reason.
I thought it was supposed to be it was supposed to premiere 2 days earlier than it is for the premiere on the day Star Wars premiered.
Oh, okay. I got that mistaken then. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be Star Wars Day, but they pushed it back for a couple days for some reason. So, but I'm excited to see it. I can't wait for it. Hopefully, it's as good as it looks in the trailers.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney Plus,
I was just gonna say, have you seen the finale of Moon Knight?
I have.
I have, yeah.
And Adrian's like, what the hell?
I watched it last night, and I'm like, when are they going to introduce the the third personality? And I like how they saved it to that very, very last clip at the very end.
I like how they left it open. So if they wanted to do another season, they could, or they could do a movie or whatnot with it.
Yeah, it's funny because they posted on, I think it was on Twitter, either Disney Plus or like MCU or something, posted, check out the series finale of Moon Knight tonight. And then not too long after that, they edited the tweet to say, check out the season
finale. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there might be another season possibly. I think you got to build it up a little bit before you add him to like an MCU movie.
Right.
What's called premieres this weekend? Doctor Strange.
Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. Well, I think it's midnight tonight. Yeah, it premieres. So I definitely.
We don't do midnight movies anymore. We can't do that.
I told you, last time I did a late night movie was Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and I was fucking hurting the next day. I also don't really do opening weekends anymore. I don't like people enough. And considering the last time we did an opening weekend, I ended up with COVID. I'm not sure if I want to do it again.
Yeah, two-thirds of this show ended up with COVID.
Yeah, 2/3 should end up with COVID. So yesterday I saw a trailer and I wasn't sure if this was real. I thought it might have been like a college humor or like Funny or Die skit or something. But then I looked it up on IMDb and apparently it is a real thing. It's a new movie called Weird. Now, I didn't put the whole title down there because I wanted to surprise you. It's called Weird, the Al Yankovic story, starring Daniel Radcliffe.
I've heard and seen pictures. Yeah, I've heard about it and I've seen pictures.
I saw the trailer and it looks fucking bonkers. And
it is Weird Yankovic, so it has.
But it looks bonkers in a good way. And then I read it. I went on IMDb because I'm like, I got to see if this is real. So I looked it up. And I was like, I wonder if Weird Al like sanctioned this or not. And then I looked and saw that he's the screenwriter. So Weird Al Yankovic wrote the screenplay for his autobiography.
So it's just like UHF Part 2?
No, it's his life. It talks about like in the 80s, like when he had this like meteoric rise. And then he kind of fell into like some, debauchery and drugs and all the stuff that people usually do in the music business. And how he like kind of like overcame that and stuff. But It's just funny that Harry Potter is playing Weird Al Yankovic.
He got over it by living in a Amish paradise.
Yeah.
Mm.
The trailer uses like a surgeon as the theme for the trailer. Like a surgeon. Cutting for the very first time. So then the last thing I have on here for notes from the last show is that the three of us are starting to become simpatico. Because there was a moment in the last episode where we all started singing Let's Get Biblical at the same time without any prompt. Like just in the middle of the show, all of a sudden you heard all three of us go, Let's get biblical. And it was like, there was no prompt. There was no collaboration. It just happened. And I'm like, I guess after 50 something episodes, we started like,
It will happen. Yes.
We just started feeling it, I guess.
Whoa. We're not feeling anything here.
Simpatico, you feel, each other. There's synergy there. We're holding hands. Okay, let's talk drinks.
Let's do.
I decided that I wasn't going to go with a Star Wars themed drink tonight because it is also Cinco de Mayo this week. So I went with one of my favorite drinks, which is tequila with a little bit of lime juice on the rocks. And as you can see, I have a lot of it in here because I had a rough day. I'm drinking it from a straw to get it in my system faster. Mike, what do you got going on?
So I went with the theme of the show, a blatant ripoff drink.
Okay.
It's a ripoff of a Dark and Stormy. It's called a Dark Side and Stormy.
Dark Side and Stormy.
It is dark rum, lime juice, and ginger beer.
Nice. Sounds good.
It is.
I should mention that my tequila of choice is Jose Cuervo Agave Silver. So
Nice.
My dark rum is Kraken.
Kraken.
Ice rum.
Kraken. Kevin, why don't you tell us about the adventure that you've had this evening in terms of the alcohol striking back?
Clever. I thought I had regular margarita mix, and I was going to make a Mandalorian margarita, and I didn't have regular margarita mix, but I did have this margarita mix all the way in the back of the liquor closet that was strawberry margarita mix. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I'll try that. And I was looking because I had to, dust it off. And I said, there must be a born on date or something. And I looked and I did see it was the letters BBE, which I later determined was best before
yes,
December 2021. And I figured I'll give it a go anyway. And I got some tequila and I mixed it up and I was walking up the steps and I took a sip and the disgustingness. Yes, the disgustingness that was in my mouth was vile. So
all the listeners out there, please note margarita mix does have an expiration date.
Yes, it does. I'm sure the tequila was fine, but the margarita mix was not. So then I called down to my wife since I was already up here, and those steps are so hard. And my wife was kind enough to bring me up a Corona that was in the fridge, and I held it up to take a sip, and it skunked. It skunked beer. Oh, smells like weed.
Tastes like ass.
Tastes like ass. Smells like weed. Tastes like ass. But I'm not ditching it. I gotta get it down. So
not knocking Corona. We like Corona, just not.
No, I like Corona. I mean,
just not one. What is there? Is there a Best By date on that?
I just got this for Easter not too long ago. Oh yeah, hold on. September 2022.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
it's not that old. You would think it'd be.
No, I think I might have. I think I chilled it, and then I think I let it sit on the counter, and then I chilled it again.
Okay.
Because I don't have my beer fridge yet.
I don't have my bar yet. All my drinks are set up on a folding table.
Mm.
But you gotta wait till the college season starts when all the small refrigerators go on sale.
Yeah, but they only have the small ones. I need a fridge, not a hotel fridge. You need
like I have the fridge in the panel room. That's
exactly
the Omaha Steak and Beer fridge.
I need to be able to put like 4 cases of beer in there at one time.
I have a freezer full of Omaha steaks and a fridge full of beer.
Well, see, I have the beer fridge, the alcohol fridge, then I have the overflow huge fridge and freezer.
Yeah, Mike's got 3. We saw Mike's gazebo this weekend, Kev.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was nice.
My back's killing me.
Yeah.
And I was at the chiropractor's yesterday. My back's still killing me.
Drink some more rum.
Yeah.
Numb it with the rum. It's a rum numb. All right. That takes us to our main segment this evening. Tonight, we are, since last year when we did our Star Wars special, we did like a little deep dive into the 9 films of the main Star Wars storyline. This year, we decided we'll do something a little bit different. There are plenty of movies out there that have claimed to be something like Star Wars ripoffs. So the list that I had used for this is from ranker.com. They put a few movies on there that they called Star Wars ripoffs that I really didn't think were ripoffs. So I listed those as Star Wars adjacent films. And there are a couple on here that were added that weren't on the original list. But we'll try to move through these fairly quickly. I will tell you the name of the film. We'll look at a little synopsis of it that I have here. And then I'm going to share my screen with you. We'll take a look at the trailer. And we're going to make fun of the trailer, sort of Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. For those of you who are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Pods or whatever, we'll try to make it as easy for you to figure out what's going on, even though it's sort of a visual gag we got going here. But also, don't forget, we have a YouTube channel, and you can check out the video feed as well if you'd like to see the trailers also.
You may not want to. How bad these could be.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The first one on here is called Star Odyssey. Star Odyssey was released in 1979, so it's 2 years after the original Star Wars film, A New Hope. It is an Italian film. You can tell by the name of the actors in it: Nino Costanuova, Ernio Balbo, Gianna Garco, and Roberto Dell'Acqua.
Sounds Swedish to me.
Yeah. Italy has a long history of releasing quickie genre films that mimic huge American hits. It has Secret Agent Super Dragon, which is a James Bond ripoff, City of the Living Dead, which is an obvious zombie ripoff. Star Odyssey, however, takes the cake. The film takes place on a universe where aliens auction off planets they deem insignificant, and one of those planets is Earth. But it's clear we're on the third rock from the sun from the beginning of the film. So where does Star Wars come into play? Everything on Earth may look like a regular old city, but we check in with the evil despot Cress, who looks a lot like somebody we've seen in A New Hope. And they also use swords that light up similar to lightsabers.
Okay.
So I'm going to share my screen with you now so that we can take a look at these amazing trailers. So let me know if you can hear and see everything that I'm showing you guys.
I can see it.
You can see it. Hopefully you can hear it too. So here's the first one, Star Odyssey from 1979. An Orlando Eastwood film. Wait. I thought they said he was a disfigured despot. He looks like Mr. fucking Peanut.
Actually, he looks like a bad version of the Jedi Hunter.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
We'll all die in atrocious agony.
Let's see if I can turn this off on my side.
Now we got the opening of Red Dwarf.
There are just 2, and they can't be dangerous. The planet is an L2. They're only barbarians.
Is his name Waffle Face?
Destroy them.
Oh,
he's like a discount Dick Tracy villain.
That's not Ella.
That was Houston.
That was an ILM that did that.
Yeah, it looks like George Lucas to me.
What do you think we should do now, Commander? I suggest we return to the station.
Matrix for attack outline 1820. Attack potential 2. Quick, we haven't got a second to lose.
Kind of like they call the old Star Trek.
Why the fuck did that guy just do like a Danny Kaye at the end of that scene? Like,
hey, look.
That's Kensington. That ain't a fucking alien planet.
That's not an
Interfering
imperial
warm-blooded
droid.
animals.
Oh no, it's
Who
not.
authorized you to reactivate me? Why can't two poor robots commit suicide in peace without some meddling human recharging
Oh God,
them?
Like this shouldn't be allowed to run around loose.
You got a depressive robot.
They
folks.
look like Simpsons characters in robot form.
I'm sorry, I can't get over how much that guy looks like Mr. Peanut.
Peanut.
What can you do with all that stuff?
Apparently, not make a good movie.
No.
Wow,
Wow.
that was everything I hoped it would be and more. That's only the first one. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. The second one on the list also came out in 1979 and was also made in Italy.
Oh boy.
This one's called Star Crash. Now, I actually know about this one because Christopher Plummer is in it. And, you know, Christopher Plummer is an Academy Award-winning actor, a prestigious actor. You know, actually just passed away not too long ago. And he was asked in an interview why he did this film. And he said he got a vacation in Italy and it helped him buy a summer home. Also, when you watch this trailer, look for a very young David Hasselhoff.
Oh no, Knight Rider.
Yeah, so this one is Star Wars copycat you have to see before you die. It's called Star Crash. David Hasselhoff, Christopher Plummer, Carolyn Monroe. Star Crash is crazy. Plummer plays a galactic emperor who needs a couple of space heroes to stop a killer weapon on a secret planet. There are a few differences between this and Star Wars, but then when you look at the picture that you see here on the ranker slate, again, they're using a rip-off lightsaber in the film, so...
Well,
there's also some sort of storyline about magic in it too, which I'm guessing is their Force ripoff.
here's a question for you before you start, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was a planet with a weapon.
Yes.
So you're talking about the Force Awakens stole this from them?
Yeah, the Starkiller base. So this is Star Crash from 1979.
I'm about to hurl.
You're about to hurl through the blackness of space.
No, I'm just about to hurl.
That's the margarita mix.
Oh,
YouTube. I skipped on the commercials. God damn it. Here we go. Farthest reaches is space and
space and
time.
time. Oh my goodness. Definitely not ILM's work.
Oh, there's Chris Plummer.
If you can get Maria to the other side of the mountains, I will give you your.
This is like another movie that borrowed its space props from Red Dwarf.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know about you, Kev, but I can't hear shit.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. That's a 3-minute trailer. We're gonna. Okay, I might actually check that one out at some point though, just because Christopher Plummer's in it. I want to see what earned him his villa in Italy.
I want to see his entire library of work.
The next one.
Not Michael Hasselhoff?
I didn't see David Hasselhoff in that at all. That trailer.
Mm-mm.
Next one's called Message from Space, and I'm trying to figure out why the Asian man in this picture is wearing what looks like a Viking helmet. Message from Space is an example of small studios attempting to cash in on the success of Star Wars. From the font to the score to the feudal Japanese undertones, the space opera is indebted to Lucas's vision of a galaxy far, far away. This came out in 1978, so it was only 1 year after A New Hope. Stars Vic Morrow. Wow. Vic Morrow is a fairly, popular actor in America at the time. Yeah. He actually he's the actor who got killed on the set of Twilight Zone, the movie. Mm-hmm. And then it also stars Sonny Chiba, who's like a legendary Japanese actor. Jesus. The film follows two Rough Riders, Shiro and Aaron, as they help defeat evil metal-skinned baddies from the Gavanis Empire.
Metal
Plot
skin.
lines and characters aside, the visuals of the film are cribbed directly from Star Wars, specifically the octagonal designs beloved by the film's villains. Let's check out Message from Space.
Space.
Space. Here it is. Message from Space. That looks like Earth. Wait, is that a sailboat? It looks like that's a
It is
sailboat.
a sailboat.
It's a sailboat.
It's a
It's a
sailboat.
schooner. You dumb kid. It's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat. You know what?
And why is that
Hey,
robot?
that-
Why is that robot carrying a flintlock?
God, he moves worse than C-3PO did.
I'm really confused.
Did he say 8-legged?
8 legendary adventurers.
Oh, okay. 8 legendary adventures. Oh, so these
No!
are the light from Final Fantasy. From Final Fantasy 1, the Heroes of Light. That's what it is. Okay. Oh, look, it's a trench run.
Yeah, look at that. Look out for the turbines. Was that Captain Stubing?
Ooh, you are wonderful.
That's Sonny Chiba.
I'll do the grapefruit. Yeah. I'll hold them both up here. Thank you.
Is it in fast forward or what? Jesus Christ, this thing is like,
It basically just showed you the whole movie in this trailer.
yeah, it's like it's all in fast forward.
You're wonderful.
No, it's not wonderful, Kevin. It really isn't. I'm telling you.
No, my beer delivery is wonderful. This movie sucks.
Kevin he just got his drizzly order.
Yeah, you know what? I have a message for space from you guys.
Yeah.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
I'm sorry. I actually found that one to be the most intriguing out of the 3 so far. Like I found myself not.
Yeah, so
watching
far
it.
it's got the best production. But that's not saying much.
I know. I actually found.
Anybody
myself,
have
like,
a
not-
question? Everybody had a question. What was Order 0 through 65?
The first order was a pizza and a 2-liter Sprite.
The third order was the beer.
Yeah. And then he got killed before he was able to get the order 69. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is called Space Raiders.
Oh boy.
I feel like this sounds like it's gonna be like Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark together.
Oh, good Lord.
This one came out in 1983, so this is the same year that Return of the Jedi was released.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, Jesus.
Aside from super dark lighting, Space Raiders straight up looks and sounds like Star Wars. This isn't just because it's about a young boy who ends up on a ship with a bunch of ne'er-do-wells who are on the run from an evil warlord. It's mostly because this movie cribs hard from Lucas's first 2 Star Wars movies. Released in 83, it benefited from a small bump in technology and visual rubric created by Lucas. This movie has a Star Destroyer
It couldn't do any
flyover.
worse than what we saw.
Yeah. One of the reasons the effects look so good in this film is because they're taking directly from Battle Beyond the Stars, which was a Roger Corman sci-fi ripoff of George Lucas. One of the bright spots in this film is the creature designs. I'm looking forward to seeing that then. Directed by Howard Cohen, came out in 1983, starring Vince Edwards, David Mendenhall, Luca Barcovici, Drew Snyder, and Tom Christopher. This is
Wait, Tom Christopher's in this?
yes.
I have no idea who that is.
I was gonna say, who's that? I have no idea. I don't know who it is. Kevin knows. So this is Space Raiders. Rated pew 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 pew. Oh, I've seen this kid before somewhere. He looks like
He's
one
the
of
one
those-
in the Life commercial. Hey,
Is it-
Mikey, he
hey,
likes
Mikey.
it.
He just looks like every other bratty, annoying 80s kid actor.
Oh, it's probably a girl.
Isn't that Teo?
So I've got my essay written. And
Oh,
I've worked on it
Jesus.
for about
And he
2
has his essay written.
Good for you, fucking ads. There we go.
Thundering across the galaxy and
Pew,
interlacing.
pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Last brave starfighters who become space raiders.
Space Raiders.
The action explodes.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. I think they need more than just hard hats.
A last ditch hero and his
Why does this remind me of?
Whoa, whoa! What the hell is that? I gotta back that up a second.
I say, why does this remind me of V, the television series?
Is that
Martian the Manhunter.
Is that
Martian
Alan?
Manhunter.
I thought it was Alan Rickman from Galaxy Quest. Holy shit. Woo. All right.
soaring into battle to save the galaxy.
Is it just me or did those look like fallopian tubes flying through the space?
It kind of did.
You broke my cookie jar.
Apparently they have cigars in the future.
Well, yeah.
Here, little boy. You touch this boy, I'll kill you where you stand.
Desperados,
Wow.
fighting for their lives, suddenly given something to live for.
Things are always happening that we don't expect. Now, you can think of them as an ordeal, or you can think of them as a great adventure. It's the adventurers who make it.
We got no retro rockets. We're gonna crash.
High adventure, non-stop danger, a battle for life and glory with the future of the galaxy in the hands of 5 desperate outlaws and the 10-year-old boy who teaches them the true meaning of courage.
Don't let it touch him.
Space Raiders in a last desperate battle. Aliens from 1,000.
Whoa.
Now for you.
Soaring through deadly laser fire. With the one boy brave enough to challenge the deadliest force in the universe.
I hear he wins through.
Pew, pew, pew.
I hear he defeats him in the pod race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have one thing
Damn.
to say.
What
Yeah.
the fuck, Darth Maul?
I keep finding myself getting more and more like distracted by the trailers and not able to say anything. The next one is I couldn't wait for this one. This is the Turkish Star Wars. This
Oh,
one has,
Lord Almighty.
this one has like this crazy like legendary cult status online that like it's like you can't find a trailer for it, but the full movie is available on YouTube. It's called Dunyaya Kurtaran Adam, which means the man who saved the world. Have you ever been watching Star Wars and thought it just wasn't Turkish enough? Well, we got this movie for you, The Man Who Saved the World, or also known as Turkish Star Wars. It's all over the place. It has kung fu, magic, time and space travel. It's pretty incomprehensible. The thing that makes this movie so indebted to Star Wars is its abundant use of actual Star Wars footage, from X-Wing battles to the Cantina and Mos Eisley. It also uses pieces of John Williams' score from Raiders of the Lost Ark, Flash Gordon, and The Black Hole.
Wow. Talk about really ripping off.
Yeah.
They went.
So like I said, I couldn't find a trailer for it, but I was able to find the full film. So I queued it up to a particular part of the movie that I thought would be enjoyable to watch. Right here, this guy does a little kung fu flip, fights this monster, flips him over. There's the warlord. Oh, it's the guys from the Death Star.
Press buttons, pull things.
Down. Oh, there's an X-Wing.
My God.
Back to the kung fu. Wherever the fuck that guy is.
What? Jesus. Oh, back to the Death Star.
And now he's fighting a creature from the original Star Trek film, Star Trek series. Like that movie is batshit insane. Turkish Star Wars.
A battle beyond time, beyond
This is okay. The next one is called Battle Beyond the Stars. Stars Kathy Griffin.
Oh God.
And George Papard. It stars Hannibal from the A-Team. This one is Battle Beyond the Stars from 1980. Young farm boy leaves his backwoods planet with a group of mercenaries to fight an evil despot who wields a giant space laser that can destroy planets. Sounds familiar. Battle Beyond Time and Beyond Space.
Hey, this looks familiar.
This in the previous movie?
Yeah, that looks just like the last one.
That looks just like the one we just watched.
It does.
Dude, I think it is the one we just watched.
I think it's the one we just watched.
I think it is too.
Holy shit, they're ripping each other off now.
You can get solar panels.
God bless you. They're like ripping each other off now. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. Number 7 on our list here is called the Humanoid. Disturbing. I do too. This is called the Humanoid. I don't know what's up with that lady's hair in that picture. Holy shit.
Good Lord.
That's like a helmet.
Dark helmet?
This movie also lifts shots straight from Star Wars, including the opening scene of the Star Destroyer cruising across the screen. It takes everything from Lucas except the basic story. There aren't any Jedis in this film, but there is a boy wiser than his years named Tom Tom, who can control ships with his mind. I wonder if that's where they got the name of the GPS system from.
I can control ships to go in any direction I want them to go in.
I thought you said Tauntaun.
Tom.
Not Tauntaun?
No, Tom. T-O-M.
Okay.
This is the
You thought
Humanoid.
these things smelled bad on the
shit!
outside.
What the hell was that?
Holy sudden vision.
Yeah, it is vision. Look at this. There's the gem on his head.
It's like discount Paul Bettany. What the hell, man? That I did not. That was totally I haven't watched the trailers before you did this, so
Holy
I was
crap.
just as shocked as you were, Mike.
I'm trying to drink here.
I shall create you an army of humanoids.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh.
Indestructible.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
This is the day of the humanoid, when man faces his greatest challenge from outer space.
This is what happens when C-3PO
Space
tries to take over
Samurai.
the world.
Space Samurai.
With laser guns and lethal
They look like the Black Knight from Monty Python.
It's the Golden Child.
What is that? Is that Jaws?
That's Jaws from James Bond. Holy shit.
Disarm the mutant space creature programmed to kill. Here, Kip, the robot.
And he had a Furby in it. There's a Furby in this.
His name was Kip the Robo Dog.
Jesus. Pew, 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 pew again.
Well, that looked like a scene from Star Wars right there.
Yeah.
Boy, that movie was really, really full of itself with the music they had going on in there. Wow.
My Lord.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Films and Fermentation, episode 59, our second annual Star Wars extravaganza. The alcohol strikes back. We took a quick little break to refill our drinks because Kevin needed something fresh. And the rest of us were a little dry. I am sticking to my agave silver tequila from Jose Cuervo, but I added a little bit of blue curacao and Sprite to it to give it a little bit of a new trick, new little catch to it. It's quite good. So
I am drinking Founder's Mas Agave Classica, grapefruit flavored, and it is an Imperial Ghost style ale brewed with agave and sea salt, aged in tequila barrels and added grapefruit. It's from Founders and it's 9.7 alcohol. Yeah.
That was easy for you to say.
Alcohol by volume.
I'm still drinking my Dark Side of the Stormy.
Okay. So we were talking about blatant Star Wars ripoffs, and we left off with number 8 on our list, which is called The Shape of Things to Come. What is it about Star Wars copycats that makes them obsessed with the opening shot from A New Hope? This one also has the opening shot of the Star Destroyer flying overhead. This Canadian Star Wars knockoff, which came out in 1979, stars Jack Palance.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing one-armed push-ups.
Yeah, it takes its name from an H.G. Wells book, also called The Shape of Things to Come. But everything else in the movie is a dip into the Star Wars well. So the one thing this movie has going for it is Jack Palance himself, who plays the role of Omos, the robot master. No piece of scenery is left unchewed in this bad boy. That is the description on Ranker. Let's see what this one. Oh, this one is rated R.
Wow.
Rated R for violence, grisly images, language, nudity, and sexuality. Wow.
Wow. We got to watch this one.
It's like the Star Wars porn film.
Oh, no. That means there's going to be incest in it. No, thank you.
Let's see.
God, the robots.
Dibby-dibby-dibby.
No, that's not even. Leave Twiki alone. Twiki was better than that.
Wait, I thought this was a Canadian film. Why does it look like it's dubbed?
I don't know.
They must be speaking French, I guess.
So.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Your windbreaker is on backwards.
Does she get nude? Yeah. Does she get nude? Maybe.
I had to stop for a second because I wasn't sure.
Hey, look, it's Jack Palance.
I wasn't sure if there was another video playing in the background that was feeding over it. The dubbing is so bizarre, and I think somebody added a song to it that wasn't in the original trailer.
Okay.
Because that sounds like an emo version of "You Spin Me Right Round" playing in the background.
Well, I can't hear anything, Lee. So
I'm sorry. I raised the volume up. Let's see.
Yeah, it does.
Someone has to stop this thing.
Wait a minute.
Which of course wouldn't have been out in 1979.
No, it would not.
I have not seen Jack Palance yet, so I'm not interested unless I see Jack Palance. So I'm going to move on to the next one.
I didn't say nudity either.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Dibby-dibby-dibby.
next one is an anime.
It's not. Twiki is better than anything I've seen on this so far.
I agreed with Kevin when I saw it. I thought Danger, Will Robinson, Danger.
Yeah, I go with that, but he keeps going bit. That's Twiki from Rogers.
Bit, which is also sort of like a Star Wars ripoff. Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin, #9, is an animated film. Epic space battles, chatty robots, and adventure to stop the forces of evil. Tells the story of Orin, a human slave who discovers a magical sword and takes off on an adventure through the stars to stop the nasty Lord Zygon from using people to harvest magical crystals. This movie with Star Wars in its DNA. Visually, the film is really interesting. It used rotoscoping for the sword effects and has genuine 3D animation, which wasn't happening all that often in 1985 when this movie came out. It stars the voice talents of Michael Winslow, who is best known as the guy that makes noises in Police Academy.
We've lost the bleeps, we lost the sweeps, and
we lost the creeps. The what?
It's not always lost.
So let's check out Star Chaser: The Legend of Orin.
See the darkened in a distant galaxy, the darkened caverns of a cruel world hold the secret to a fantastic adventure. A quest to free a world from slavery and the universe from tyranny. A quest for truth.
It's He-Man.
I have the power.
So you guys thought of He-Man when you saw it. I thought of that arcade game where the dude like turns into bones every time he gets killed.
Oh, Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer, yeah.
Star Chaser, the Legend of Orin.
He's flying in a transformer.
Thousands of years on some obscure planet, a primitive chess computer was the first inorganic mind to beat man. We calling checkmate. In the last such game, the humans and their kind will ever play.
Would you like to play a game? Wait a minute.
I don't know about you. I kind of want to watch this one.
Well, that's because the ship looks like Firefly.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot going on in this film. It kind of has my interest a little bit.
For truth, the battle for freedom, an immortal struggle against the forces of evil.
Evil.
An incredible journey to the edge of imagination and beyond. Dimension lives on in a thrilling fight for survival.
Oh, that's the Death Star blowing up.
Yeah, that was the Death Star blowing
That's
up.
right.
That ship to me looks more like the runabout ship from Deep Space Nine.
From that angle, yeah.
Next one is called Space Hunter: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. There's one thing about this one that I really, really love. It's from 1983 and stars a very young Molly Ringwald. Desert planet, check. Super gross looking bad guy who's half robot, half man, check. Rakish space pilot who can't help but love, check, baby. Not only does Space Hunter feature locations and characters jacked straight from Star Wars, it has Molly fucking Ringwald playing the female love interest. Everything about this movie sounds like a cynical cash grab, which it probably was, but the movie is actually a fun watch in spite of whatever the catalyst was calling action. Michael Ironsides from Starship Troopers and Total Recall plays Overdog, the baddie who's a lot more R-rated than Darth Vader.
Overdog?
Overdog. Not an underdog.
He's not the underdog. Aside from Peter Strauss, Molly Ringwald, and Michael Ironside, Ernie Hudson makes an appearance in this film as well. This is another one I think might have to be on my list.
Before they were stars.
Yeah, this is I think a year or two before Breakfast Club.
Yeah, but it's like 3 years
in
after.
only 2 weeks. That's a 3D film as well.
Columbia Pictures will present 3D as you've never seen
it before.
In a shitty film.
Quality 3D film backed by a major studio.
No, it's a quality 3D film. You got it wrong. It's not a shitty one. And they're using Superman's font.
I know.
They are.
Story of three unlikely heroes. Destination, the Forbidden Zone. Their mission, save three stranded women.
I like her.
That was Scanner's Michael Ironside right there.
Space, rated PG, coming soon to a theater near you.
Good Lord.
All right. Interesting.
And after Molly Ringwald made that movie, she said,
"What have I done?"
The next one Mike contributed to this. This wasn't on the ranker list. It's called Galaxina. I don't know much about it. It's from 1980. And when he was describing it to me, it really did sound like actual porn.
Well, there was a Playboy Playmate in it. Yeah.
This one's called Galaxina. Crown International Pictures.
Once upon a time, that hasn't happened yet.
Once upon a time.
That hasn't happened yet.
Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. We're done. You can't go any further than that. Once upon a time, something that hasn't happened yet. That's like saying a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, right around the corner.
There will be a spaceship called the Infinity, and steering the Infinity among the heavenly bodies will be the most heavenly body of them all. Galaxina, a dream machine transistorized and computerized to lead her space buddies across the farthest reaches of fantastic adventure with class.
Venusian 2001. Great year. Great.
Galaxina.
Was that Hagrid?
I thought it was Lou Albano.
Was it Lou Albano? Holy shit.
Galaxina, the untouchable. Galaxina, the invincible.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one too.
Wow.
Holy shit. Wait, is there anything else worth looking at in this? James David Hinton. I don't know who that is, but he's wearing a Dodgers jersey. I actually on this list also put down the Ice Pirates. I didn't do the trailer or anything because we did talk about that before on our last Films the Time Forgot episode. So,
yep.
But that was billed as a Star Wars film. It was one of the reasons I saw it when I was younger.
I saw on one of the other lists. I saw that they put down Battlestar Galactica
as a Star Wars ripoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a series, I don't know because it was a series. I don't know, but not like a movie. Ranker also had on its list The Black Hole, The Last Starfighter, and Krull, which I've seen all three of those, and I don't necessarily call them Star Wars ripoffs. I think they're Star Wars adjacent. Like the Black Hole. Black Hole is a Disney film, and I think it was Disney just trying to jump on the popularity of Star Wars at the time. Because it doesn't really have that much in common with Star Wars. It has robots and shit like that. But Last Starfighter is one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. It's about the kid who gets picked up by the aliens after beating the video game that is actually a training simulation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Last film of Robert Preston, the great music man. That film fucks hard. I love that movie. Krull. Anybody see Krull?
No.
Years ago.
If I showed you the trailer, you might recognize it even if you hadn't seen it. It was a movie that was trying to be the next Star Wars, but it's more like a fantasy film. But it does have one of the coolest weapons in film history, the glaive, which is
put it on.
And then the last one I have on there is The Fifth Element, which was also like billed as the next Star Wars film. Now I look at it that way, like these are films that are not Star Wars ripoffs, but films that were supposed to be like the next Star Wars. So this is The Black Hole, starring Anthony Perkins from Psycho.
Now we're getting to the high budget films.
Would you?
I don't want to build a website with Wix. I have a website with Weebly. There we go.
An inexorable force in the cosmos where time and space converge.
You can tell us, but I can actually hear it.
Beyond man's vision, but not his reach. It is the most mysterious and awesome point in the universe.
You sure it's not Tron?
I was gonna say I'm getting some Tron vibes here.
Well, they're both done by Disney, so
yeah.
Around the same time too.
Swallowing everything in its path, radio waves, light. Are you programmed to speak?
Ernest Borgnine. I found the similarity to Star Wars, Lee.
Yeah, a lot of explosions.
No, this part.
This part. Yeah.
Is your destiny.
He said it was unavoidable.
Yeah. Well, I remember. It's been a while. God, that's loud. It's been a while since I've seen this, and all I really kind of remember is the little robot guys that float. And
R2 ripoff.
Yeah, and the big ass red robot with like the blades for hands.
Mm-hmm.
That guy scared the shit out of me, especially when he kills Anthony Perkins by slicing him up. But yeah, I remember the Black Hole kind of fondly. I don't think it was that bad.
No. There they are sneaking around a
madman is headed straight for the black hole. What'll we do?
Roll credits.
Seems a lot like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, only in space.
It kind of is like that. I was gonna say I read the novel that the film is based on, and Disney takes a lot of liberties with the the story that it used. So it does have it, and Disney did do 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea as well. So kind of sticking to the formula there.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is The Last Starfighter, which I had already said is a film about a boy living in this like trailer park who's really good at this video game, and then finds out that the game is a training simulation, and he's being recruited to help in an alien war.
Pew, 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 pew.
Alex Rogan lives in a small trailer park in the California mountains. He has a dream to go to college.
You guys think I'm gonna hang out here? Watch you shine your pickup? Forget it, man. I'm doing something with my life.
Start a career.
You really are leaving here, aren't you?
Of course I'm going away. We're both going.
Both of us, Alex.
And most of all, to get out.
You get your chance. Important thing is when it comes, you gotta grab it.
That's Mayor Goldie Wilson.
A mysterious stranger offers Alex an opportunity he never dreamed.
Is that the DeLorean?
I'm Centauri.
Yeah.
No, you must trust me implicitly. Get in.
Nothing.
So it's Robert Preston in his final role, and he's basically playing the role that made him famous, which is the Music Man, except it's the Music Man in space.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Rogan has ever imagined could prepare him for what he is about to experience.
Hey.
Why was Alex chosen? And will he ever return?
Where are we going? Trust me. Oh, you're gonna love it. Love it. Look out! Oh dear.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
His adventure in space is about to begin.
I love that movie. I had a crush on the actress in that film too.
She was also in Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, that's what the hell's her name? Catherine Mary Stewart. Lance Guest is the star of the film. I like that movie. It was actually one of the films I was going to use as a film that time forgot in a later episode, but kind of killed it there.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It's all right. It's a good film. Next one is Krull. And this is the one I was saying is kind of it's a fantasy film. It does have some aspects of Star Wars to it, but it's more like a fantasy than a sci-fi film. Christ, it's got Cyclopses in it. Oh, it's also the first major film for Liam Neeson. So he's not the star, he's a supporting character, and Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid, is in this film as well.
So Qui-Gon Jinn and Hagrid.
A great kingdom was ravaged by beings who came from the future.
And played an ad.
The U.S. government will literally buy them for you.
I'm not at it.
Now, the only survivors follow a doubtful seer and a throneless king. They will hold out in the Black Fortress. Must have help. Thieves, bandits, fighters, and brawlers. Desperate men.
You know what it reminded me of? More of a
You know that guy too. That guy's in a million movies as well.
It reminded me more of a sci-fi version of Conan without the muscles.
That's Liam Neeson right there. It's a little hard to tell. Here's Robbie Coltrane, Hagrid. And then this guy that's been in like a million movies. He's a character actor.
Yeah.
Desperate men. Those are the kind of men I need. Well, you heard him. We are now an army.
At the end of an impossible journey, they must fight an invincible enemy.
The knowledge you seek.
In the fortress, you will face more than the flares. What is about to happen to them could never have happened on Earth. Columbia Pictures presents a world apart from anything you've seen before.
Crawl.
So that's the weapon there on the edge of the word crawl. It's called the glaive.
The glaive.
It's like a boomerang with knives on it.
The glaive.
Glaive.
I wouldn't have thought of it then in 1983 when it came out, because it would be a while before Lord of the Rings comes out, and I had not seen the animated Lord of the Rings yet when I was that young, because I was only like 6 years old. But it has a little bit of a Lord of the Rings feel to it too.
Yeah.
They visit a cave with a giant spider. There's a special weapon that kills the villains. The villain, ultimate villain, is this giant creature that they have to fight. It's got a little bit of that to it too. And then the last one I have here is The Fifth Element. I like this movie a lot. It's a very fun, entertaining film.
A lot.
I remember it was promoted as the next Star Wars. It didn't get popular enough for that to happen, but I think it's gained somewhat of a following over the years after being played on TBS all the time. So, plus it's got Mila Jovovich, and she's hot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 years. And shield.
When the three planets are in eclipse, the black hole like a door is open. Evil comes, spreading terror and chaos.
There's nothing that can stop this.
There is only one thing. We want to achieve having in possession the only weapon to defeat evil.
Is that Zeus?
That is Zeus, yeah, as president.
Yeah, I don't think this episode is doing well for our listening audience because we're very quiet in these things.
I know my intention was to go all Mystery Science Theater 3000 on this, but I keep getting taken in by some of the trailers.
Well, we're doing the ones we like now.
Yeah. Well, these are good films. These
are good films. We can't screw with them too much.
I don't have to show the whole trailer. We've seen The Fifth Element before.
Yeah.
I just gotta find. Hold on. I just gotta find Mila.
You just passed her.
Here's Mila.
Multipass.
Multipass. Of course, the worst thing I think about this film is Ruby Rod.
Yeah.
I get really annoyed by that character. But to me, it's kind of more like, rather than Star Wars, it's like Stargate. You get all that Egyptian shit at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was our list of Star Wars ripoffs and Star Wars adjacent films. Mike, do you have any beer wisdom for us this evening?
I do. If at first you don't succeed, try a bottle opener. It probably wasn't a twisty.
If at first you don't succeed, get rid of the margarita mix, get rid of the skunk beers, and find yourself a much more powerful one.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 59, The Alcohol Strikes Back, our second annual Star Wars Day extravaganza. Next week, we are doing our 60th episode. That is a milestone episode for us. So we've decided that we are going to do a deep dive on that episode. We've done deep dives into the careers of Spielberg and Mel Brooks in the past. We've done a deep dive on John Williams, the composer. We have not yet to do a deep dive on an actor or actress, though. So we decided that for next week's episode, we'll continue the Star Wars theme a little bit by doing a deep dive into the career of Harrison Ford, the amazing actor, legendary actor, the man who said, "Get off my plane." Harrison
and Ford. Meh as a pilot.
Yeah.
And
he's had a couple crashes.
And I know.
So make sure you join us next week for episode 60, the Harrison Ford deep dive. Thank you again for joining us tonight for episode 59. The Alcohol Strikes Back. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
Make sure you drop us a line at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com. Visit us on all our social media and podcast platforms by going to linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Become a supporter on Patreon. And thanks again for joining us here at the crossroads between pickled and fermented. We hope you enjoyed this episode hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
May the fourth be with you.
May the fourth be with you.
And also with
And
you.
also with you. Amen. I'm nerding right now.
Oh,
What's the matter, Kev?
this is vile. This tastes like Sith ass.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, this was supposed to be my Darth Mulgarita, and it sucks.
I thought it was just supposed to be like a Cinco de Mayo thing or something.
Well, I was mixing Star Wars and Cinco de Mayo, and I thought I had the Darth Mulgarita as a pretty good combination, and it just sucks. Yeah, honey, any kind of beer is fine.
Corona.
Corona's good.
Dos Equis. Modelo.
No, I'm sorry, it's gross. It's super nasty.
Note to self: margarita mixer can go bad.
2 other beers
Oh,
chilling for you.
thank you.
I find your lack of faith
That's
disturbing.
bad.
Corona.
Corona.
Right?
That's very bad.
Yeah, very bad. Oh,
I'm gonna throw that stuff out.
yeah, throw that stuff out. Burn it.
I think Kevin.
This is skunked. I am not having a good night with my alcohol selection.